My dad was traveling a lot with Ford Motor Company, and he came home and made the family announcement that Ford is giving him the opportunity to achieve a lifelong dream, and that's to become a Ford dealer. But it was going to be a Ford heavy truck dealer. I mean, it was like the Beverly Hillbillies. One night we loaded up the truck and loaded up the cars and put the animals in the cars and made a beeline for Atlanta, Georgia. I watched my dad invest himself, go all in, to start this business, to grow this business, and it was his life.
You have to remember, Peach State was very new in a new location, had no identity whatsoever.
Our sales floor, you would walk in and it was small. You could hear everybody.
Just because Atlanta had the potential didn't mean it's automatically going to happen.
One day, my dad called me and said, "Hey, Ford's asking me about a succession plan. Would you like to come work?" I said, yeah, I think that would be great. He says, "Well, talk to your brother and let me know." I talked to Tim, and he said, "Hey, here's the good, the bad, the ugly of working in this business. There are no secrets."
Back in those days, it was just Ford, Sterling. It was primarily just Norcross and McDonough and Parts Distribution Center.
We were talking to the family about purchasing Atlanta Freightliner, yet I had to kind of put my selling shoes on a little bit for Tom and Tim. And that kind of surprised me. Rick was all in.
The organization still pretty much ran, I'll say, as a more traditionally ran small dealership group. Not necessarily ready to scale, but ran very lean.
It's when we did the Atlanta Freightliner acquisition that we went from 4 locations and about 175 people to, I think, 12 or 13 locations and 375 people that it hit the fan. We couldn't run the business the way my dad ran the business. There was just no way. And then as we get into 2011, 2013, the Daimler Group of products continued to grow in their success, both in fuel mileage and reliability. And at that time, that was very critical.
It isn't just necessarily a family feel, but the owners, they definitely all care about you as an individual.
The people that have been with us, the 40, the 30, the 20 years that are still with us today, their fingerprints are all over our success, and it's an exciting thing to be a part of.
Today, though, we are leaps and bounds ahead of where we were with better KPI reporting for our middle managers, for their departments, for visibility to transactions that are taking place in accounting.
It's at 705 employees and growing every day. So developing the organization is key to putting in processes, procedures, and people into the day-to-day operations that keep you running consistently in one direction.
A big part of this growth that we're seeing today is Rick's vision to get great individuals that know a lot about their field in place. And so that's really when the leadership team really began.
We met with a professional consultant and began to develop the mission, vision, and values. But out of that came what we now have as our value system, our mission, and our vision.
I didn't know anything about trucking. I just knew about marketing, and I knew the prescriptions and formulas. I've been able to put things in places that weren't there, like reputation management and the way in which our website worked.
We've been very mindful, particularly in the last 10 years, that when we focus on the heart of our people, we're able to do all those other things effectively because our people have a belief in what we're doing.
Let's really start to set individuals on a path, on a career path, that they join us after they exit college and they retire, from our business.
They are growing, individuals that are not managers in an Accelerate program to become managers. They're growing middle managers to move them up into an executive level, to a general manager position.
I love leading organizations. I love casting vision, bringing talent together as a team, and then saying, here's a goal, or here's a journey. Let's go get it.
We want your fingerprint on this. We want you to take ownership of what we're doing today and where we're headed in the future. But again, going backwards, I think the foundation of fingerprints was set by the Reynolds family years ago.
It became very clear to me that my why, and therefore the why of Peach State, is simply this: to make a positive difference in the lives of others.
It was a lot of hard work and dedication that got Peach State to the first 50 years, and we plan to be around for the next 50 years.
The silos are being broken down, but as we train our new future leaders, they're being trained in a fashion that there are no silos, that sales works with parts, that parts works with service, and service works with sales, and that we all work together.
Strategically, I think we're the strongest we've been since I've been there.
A massive foundation has been laid. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have been a part that have laid a brick in that foundation. So when I think about the future, 50 years from now, we'll be able to look back and just have another 50 years of foundation laying and making a positive difference in the lives of others.
When we look at 50 years, there's really, in my opinion, one word that summarizes where we are, and that's gratitude.